Hello everybody, this is Marcus Toole and I'm in my home orchard and I am doing my daily walkthrough inspecting the pear and plum trees. When you have a home orchard, it's especially important to walk your orchard and to inspect the trees and look for problems, especially in the springtime. When you have the most problems that can affect your crop and even affect the safety of the tree. With the pear trees, the main thing you're looking for is fire blight, and with the plum trees, the main thing you're looking for is evidence of curculio. So this golden boy, it looks pretty good, but we do need to get a little closer look and make sure that it's okay, because fire blight begins kind of subtly, but boy, especially in this particular strain, it can spread really fast. And so this is the everyday thing you want to do, especially if it's a fire blight susceptible tree, because you want to get it early before it causes much damage. Now this tree gets sprayed, it most recently got sprayed with a mixture of streptomycin and flowable zinc. I forget the name of the product of the flowable zinc. And the streptomycin controls the fire blight. You know, so far it's looking pretty good. And the flowable zinc protects against the brown spot, and that's another issue that this particular strain is particularly vulnerable to, is brown spot. It's looking really good today so far. Not seeing the telltale black of fire blight just yet. We got a problem right there. See it? That's fire blight. It's just started. It started super early. I don't know, there's a branch, that little branch is attached to a bigger branch that's got some pears on it. I'm going to try to save those pears because we don't have a whole bunch on this tree. Let's see if I can get in, if I can show you where it's attached to the larger branch. We're going to try and get it right there. There we go. Let's see. There we go. That's what fire blight looks like. Now, if we didn't take this off now, by tomorrow it would taken out that entire branch, and within a couple of days it would be going halfway up and down the big branch and possibly into the trunk. So this is bad news on a pear tree. Now I got a baggie here. I'm gonna just stick that on the grill there for now, and I'll put it in a baggie later. I'm gonna continue looking up. Now, after that, those clippers have been exposed to fire blight, I can't clip on another tree until I have disinfected those clippers. So those clippers are done until I get some disinfectant to them. There's some dead flowers. That might just be physical damage, because I think it is, but I picked that off just in case. Now, fire blight is one of the reasons why you want to keep your pear trees kind of small and keep them pruned back. Because if you have a big old tall pear tree, I mean, if you have a pear tree, there's a pear tree on another property, and see all those dead limbs in that big old pear tree? This is my cousin's property. See all those dead limbs? Now that's a highly disease-resistant tree. Otherwise, it would not have survived that. But those dead limbs are caused by fire blight, and that tree is a constant source of disease to trees on my property, both of fire blight and the black leaf spot. And the thing is, that tree's so big, you can't do anything about the fire. You can't do anything about any pest problem in that tree. It's just too big. The other issue of having a tree that big is that squirrels will sit in the tree and destroy every pear in the tree every year. And they can get to the tree from other trees. And there's another big tree, and this other big tree makes really good pears, but almost never matures them because of the squirrels. And this tree doesn't have as big of issues with disease as the one next to it, but still don't get fruit because of the squirrels. And if those trees were the size of the trees in my yard, that wouldn't be a problem at all. You know, that trees in my yard are small, and they're away enough from bigger trees that squirrels can't jump from tree to tree to tree to tree and get away from a cat or some other predator. And so, and then plus the biggest thing is that it's small enough that you can reach problems. Also, if the tree tries to overcrop, you can thin the excess pears out of it, and it just makes it a heck of a lot easier to harvest the pears too. So, I mean, if you're growing a fruit tree for fruit, there are lots of reasons to regularly prune and maintain a manageable size for it. Here's another tree that sometimes gets fire blight. This is a Baldwin. Now it's pretty resistant. I don't think fire blight would ultimately do nearly as much damage to this tree as it would the Golden Boy. Now, mind you, I don't want to touch this tree until I have sterilized my equipment and, you know, the clippers, and washed my hands real good, since I touched that fire blight on the other tree. So that's just something to always keep in mind. While we're next to this plum tree, I'm going to look for curculios. Now, curculios, I don't mind touching the plum tree because plum tree isn't going to get fire blight. Or if it does get a little bit, it isn't going to go anywhere on it. I'm looking for little crescent moon shaped scars on the fruit, and I don't see any, and that's a good thing. But you got to check them every morning. It happens at night, and if you get a few scars on the fruit, then you know what you want to do is pick the fruit off, because you don't want the curculios hatching and being a problem next year. But the big thing you want to do is, if you get fresh scars on fruit, is to spray the trees that evening, so that you don't get any more curculio infections. There's another little pear tree. I don't see any fire blight in it, at least none that's active anyway. We can look at this plum tree for curculios. I see none. They're looking really good. This This phone sure doesn't like focusing on stuff that's close up. The worst phone at focusing I think I've ever had. All right, well that looks pretty good. Yeah, see now that there is not fire blight. That's physical damage, and I'm not even going to worry about that. I don't want to touch the tree because I touched the tree that had fire blight. This is Southern Bartlett, and it almost never gets fire blight as best as I can tell. Got some huckleberries next to it. This tree's in the middle of the huckleberry patch. Boy, we're going to have a good huckleberry crop this year if the catbirds don't get them all before I do. I did some thinning on this tree, but I might need to do a little more. This is the Tennessee pear. Once again, looking for the black leaves turning black. I'm not seeing any. It's looking good. I don't do it quite as careful of inspection on this tree as I do on the Golden Boy, because these trees just aren't as susceptible to fire blight as Golden Boy. Just don't get it as much. And Golden Boy, once it does get it, it just moves so fast on it. That's the big issue. Is that, you know, it's once you get a fire blight going, a strike going, it just takes off. And just in a couple of days, you lose a quarter of the tree. This is Tennessee. Once again, and I do this every day. Every single day, usually early in the morning before I go to work. I go and look over the tree and look for problems. And actually, a lot of days I'll do it in the late afternoon. Before I go in for the evening, I'll look over the trees and look for problems. This tree looks real good, except the fruit needs to be thinned. And yeah, the fruit definitely needs to be thinned. I don't want to. I wish I had a better phone. I mean, a better camera on the phone. I'm not real. iPhone 16 does not have a great camera on it. For focusing, anyway. It might be good for other things. But focusing, not so much. Lots of huckleberries on the huckleberry bush right next to it. All right, well, that's enough for this video. You get the idea. I'll be walking through the entire orchard, and this would become a second orchard tour in 2 days if I continue on. Talk to you later. God bless.